Top story this hour, Florida lawmakers are headed to Tallahassee to begin an election year session, marking a change from the previous few years. They expect less of an imprint from Governor DeSantis and more focus on some of the details which previously took the back seat. Evan Axelbank joins us in the newsroom tonight. Evan, what should Floridians expect of the next 2 months?
Yeah, Haley, the last few sessions have been dominated by Governor DeSantis, who was fresh off a huge re-election win and building an agenda to run for president on. But now, with his political focus on Iowa, legislators are taking on their own core issues: health care, guns, and the rules around who can work and when. Florida's yearly opportunity to open old laws and write new ones began with pleas from activists at St. Pete City Hall.
But the majority of folks want what we want.
Demanding that legislators lower the costs of rent and health care and end culture wars that have often consumed school board meetings, the group Florida for All argued a bridge could be built between rank-and-file progressives and Florida's conservative leaders.
It doesn't have to be this way. We don't have to struggle as much as we are if those folks if the folks at the top are paying their fair share.
Florida Republicans are focusing on health care, on which Democrats say there may be some common ground. Senate President Kathleen Passidomo is spearheading bills to increase the number of medical personnel in hopes of keeping patients from relying on expensive emergency rooms. The $900 million package will also help doctors pay off school debt.
Most of the time, a community physician, a hospital at home, a nurse practitioner, a physician assistant would be the most appropriate and lowest cost.
Other issues, though, may not bring bipartisanship. Some in the GOP majority are trying to reverse the rule made after the Parkland shooting that raised the age to buy an assault rifle to 21. It could go back to 18.
It comes down to constitutionality and the right to bear arms. You know, the Constitution is very clear on this. Shall not be infringed.
Perhaps no issue galvanizes Democrats in Florida more than guns.
I also think that this is an absolute slap in the face to the Parkland parents.
At the behest of Governor DeSantis, Republicans in recent sessions have reformed the death penalty, taken on Disney, banned some public diversity programs, and redrawn congressional districts further in their favor. But now, the Republican majority, which doesn't need Democratic support to pass bills, is more narrowly focused this year, with one example being the rescinding of rules governing when 16 and 17-year-olds can work part-time jobs.
For a lot of kids, myself included, having a part-time job after school is a really appropriate way to understand how to enter the workforce.
On that issue, there is no common ground with activists who we spoke to in St. Pete today. They say the loosening of those rules opened the door to big companies exploiting teenagers who are poor. The State of the State speech will happen tomorrow, with Governor DeSantis flying back from Iowa to lay out his vision for the upcoming session. That's going to happen at 11 a.m., and then he's going to turn right back around to the Hawkeye State to begin the last week of campaigning there before the Iowa caucuses, Haley.
No question. Busy week ahead for him and a lot of candidates. All right, Evan, thank you.